Hi, everyone. Welcome back to Living in Charlotte NC, the channel where we give you the inside scoop on everything going on in the Charlotte area, what it's like to live, work, and play right here in the Queen City. Again, I'm Dave DeSilva with Long Tab Realty, brokered by Keller Williams Realty here in the Ballantyne area. Whether you're thinking about moving to the Charlotte area or you're just curious about what's going on around town, you're in the right place. And today we're answering a question that I get asked about all the time. It's Dave, what's the right place to live in the Charlotte area, North or South Carolina in 2025? So stick around, we're going to cover that. Well, for that question about what are the top places to live in the area, I've got you covered. I've narrowed it down to 7 areas that are just standouts, each offering their own unique lifestyle, vibe, and amenities. But here's the thing, we're going to go in reverse order. So that means we're going to start covering number 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and finally till we get down to 1. So make sure you stick around until we cover all 7. You might be surprised by number 1. And if you're planning a move to the Charlotte area, like I said, we get calls, texts, emails from folks just like you all the time that are thinking of coming here. And we also get people that look in the description down below, get on a Zoom call. I've got a link there. Get on a Zoom call with me for 5, 10, 15, 20 minutes. Sometimes we talk for 30 or 40 minutes just to find out the vibe and what's going on around Charlotte and answering some of your questions from someone who's been here for about 25 years. All right, let's jump in and get started with number 7, and that is Matthews, North Carolina. Tucked in the southeast side of Charlotte, Matthews has grown from really a small historic railroad town to one of the most beloved suburbs in the Charlotte area. All right, so the heartbeat of Matthews is this charming downtown district with brick-lined streets, local restaurants, breweries, and the popular Matthews Farmers Market right downtown. And that runs nearly year-round. Now, if you like green space, you're going to love being near Squirrel Lake Park and the 4 Mile Creek Greenway. Those are great places. They connect the larger McAlpine Creek greenways for runners, cyclists, families out for a stroll, or a long weekend run. Now, schools in the area, you've got Butler High School and Crestdale Middle School, and they're very solidly rated schools. And you've also got access to a lot of the medical facilities such as Novant Health Medical Center in Matthews. And commuters really love the quick access to Route 485 and to Route 74, which is Independence Avenue, going right into Charlotte, about 20 minutes away. So nearby, you've got shopping at Sycamore Commons, Matthews Festival, and it's a quick, easy drive to SouthPark Mall or Carolina Place. Now, Matthews has really managed to grow without losing that community charm. It's a family-friendly, active, and just feels neighborly. All right, working our way down a little bit, we've got number 6, and that is Huntersville, North Carolina. Heading north towards Lake Norman, Huntersville blends in suburban comfort with that lake access and a growing economy. Once considered the first exit on your way to the lake, Huntersville has become a destination of its own. Major employers like Novant Health, Joe Gibbs Racing, Lowe's corporate headquarters, which is up in nearby Mooresville, continue to contribute to the strong local economy around Huntersville. Families love schools like Hopewell High School and Bailey Middle School and several top-notch charter options. Now for fun, Birkdale Village, that's a great place to be. It's packed with shops, dining, outdoor concerts, and soon we'll undergo a really full modernization that's bringing new restaurants and just, a great nightlife opportunity. So if you're the outdoorsy type, you're going to really appreciate Latta Nature Preserve and Mountain Island Lake, both offering miles and miles of trails, kayaking, and picnic areas. Like I said, great for the woodsy owl type person. Now, access to Route 77, I-77 north-south means that you've got a straight shot into uptown Charlotte, and nearby you've got Novant Health, Huntersville Medical Center for all your healthcare needs. So Huntersville, our number 6 area, offers that sweet spot of lake proximity, strong schools, a great community vibe, and perfect for families and professionals alike. All right, next up on our list is number 5, and that is Davidson, North Carolina. I keep saying the town and then North Carolina. They're all going to be either North Carolina or South Carolina. Next up, like I said, is Davidson. It's a gem on the east side of Lake Norman with small town feel and, a big personality. Davidson is home to Davidson College, the historical liberal arts college whose campus blends, they just blend seamlessly into the walkable downtown area in Davidson. And for those basketball fans, Davidson is also known as the home school or the school of NBA great Steph Curry. And Steph actually went to high school in Charlotte and is a local. All right, so the Davidson Main Street area is filled with boutique shops, cafes, restaurants. There's a couple breweries there too, or pubs there. And it's common to see students, families, visitors walking or biking to the weekly Davidson Farmers Market. It is a very activity-filled downtown area in Davidson. Cultural life thrives here as festivals, concerts on the green, events like Christmas on Davidson. They just provide and add all year charm. Now, Davidson's neighborhoods, because Davidson is a town, Davidson's neighborhoods features a mix of historical homes and amenity-filled developments like River Run Country Club, which offers golf, tennis, and also has a pool complex. Now, the town is just minutes from Lake Norman, giving residents access to boating, paddleboarding, and scenic waterfront dining. Top-rated schools include Davidson Elementary, South Mex soccer rival William A. Huff High School, which is a very good school, and healthcare is nearby with Novant Healthcare, Huntersville, and Atrium Health, Lake Norman. There are also a number of private schools nearby. Commuting to Charlotte is very easy on I-77 north and south again, and just adds to the charm of the city. It's very picturesque, very walkable, very desirable, and that's Davidson, North Carolina. Finally, for number 4, we're heading south of the border, and you guessed it if you've listened to any of my videos about South Carolina suburbs, it's Fort Mill, South Carolina. So crossing the state line brings us to Fort Mill, as I just said, one of the fastest growing suburbs in the entire Charlotte region. Families really love it here for the combination of top tier schools, including Nations Ford High School and Fort Mill High School, and South Carolina's lower taxes. I will say, I have to remember if I'm going to touch on this later, but Fort Mill schools right now are the number 2 rated school in the South Carolina school district ratings. And if you look at niche.com or greatschools.org, that'll give you a little bit more information. In Fort Mill, you're going to find well-planned neighborhoods like Massey. I just sold a home there for one of my good friends, Baxter Village and Springfield, many of those with pools, parks, and golf courses like Springfield. Now, Baxter Village in particular is known for its being a very, very walkable town center with shops, restaurants, and even its own YMCA. And Fort Mill sits just minutes from Carowinds Amusement Park, which borders the North Carolina and South Carolina border, so technically it's straddling the state border. And it's also close to Ann Springs Close Greenway, a 2,100 acre nature preserve with trails, lakes, and horseback riding. If you're a trail runner or an ultra runner like me, look up the races at Ann Springs. You might want to look at the Rock Hill Striders website. They do a lot of race promotion there, but there's a great hilly 50K run. It's called the Millstone 50K run. There's a nice 10K run out there on New Year's Day every year. There's a 12-hour run from noon to midnight. So if you like running, you like the mud, you like some hills, that's the right place to be. Now, business growth in Fort Mill has been very strong with nearby hubs like Kingsley Town Center and the Peach Stand offering everything from offices to fine dining. And just like Davidson and Huntersville in the north, access to I-77 makes commuting into Charlotte very simple, and you're within probably 20-25 minutes of Charlotte Douglas International, depending on where in Fort Mill you're located. Healthcare is pretty easy too with Atrium Healthcare Pineville, that's my hospital, and Piedmont Medical Center in Fort Mill is very close by. Fort Mill continues to boom, but it still feels very personal and community driven. All right, we're getting down to the bottom a little bit. We're at number 3 and heading again southeast, maybe really just south of Charlotte, we reach Waxhaw, which is in Union County, where history, charm, and room to roam meet modern suburban comfort. Now, downtown Waxhaw, it's postcard worthy with unique antique shops, coffee spots, and a really cool iconic railroad bridge running through the center. People do love Waxhaw for its larger home sites and top-ranked Marvin Ridge schools. That's the middle school and the high school, both in the same location. And that's part of the Union County School District. And Marvin Ridge, along with AK, which is Ardrey-Kell, Weddington, and the Fort Mill schools are some of the top schools in the Carolinas. Many neighborhoods like Lawson, Weddington Chase, Providence down south offer private amenities such as clubhouse, pool, and tennis courts. And Providence down south is one of the gated communities in South Charlotte, actually in Union County, not South Charlotte. And nearby Curitan Town Center provides convenient shopping and dining, while outdoor lovers have access to 12 Mile Creek Greenway and, of course, Cane Creek Park. I've camped out there a number of times. Great places to run, great places just to roam and hike. Now, Waxhaw's location gives you easy access to Ballantyne and South Charlotte via Providence Road or Ray Road, and while still feeling like you're out in the country a little bit. Waxhaw continues to attract those wanting a bit of space without sacrificing the amenities and also having access to Charlotte's professional job market. Now, I can't leave Waxhaw without mentioning that one of my favorite local breweries, which is Middle James Brewery in Pineville, recently opened its second location in downtown Waxhaw. So you got to stop in there when you're roaming through Waxhaw. All right, so we're coming to our top two, and you guys might be thinking of these. If not, here we go. Number two is SouthPark, which is back into Charlotte, North Carolina. If you like your areas a little bit more upscale and cosmopolitan, SouthPark hits that mark. SouthPark's not a neighborhood, it's not a town, it is an area just south of Charlotte. It's located just about 6 miles south of Uptown, and SouthPark is one of those premier Charlotte mixed use areas blending luxury living with convenience. Now, at its center is the SouthPark Mall, one of the region's largest, surrounded by high-end restaurants. You got to go and try Little Mama's, that's my favorite. There's a bunch of boutique shops and corporate offices. So some of the major employers in the area include Nucor Steel, Coca-Cola Consolidated, Deloitte, and there's just a ton of financial and legal firms in SouthPark as well. Housing ranges from stately homes in Foxcroft and Beverly Woods to newer condos and townhomes. Now, the area is also seeing new development under SouthPark Forward 2035 with more walkability, green space, and lots of dining options coming soon. Nearby parks like Symphony Park, which I was just highlighting in a video recently, that's home to Charlotte Symphony's summer concert series, and Park Road Park offer just a breath of fresh air, and you're only 15 minutes from both Atrium Health Maine and Novant Presbyterian Medical Center. Now, for schools, Myers Park High School and several private options, including Charlotte Country Day and Providence Day, make SouthPark especially attractive for professionals and families who want location and lifestyle rolled into one. All right, so we've given you our top 6 so far. I did a drum roll once already, so I'll do it again. And the number 1 area, neighborhood, suburb in the Charlotte market. And again, these are my opinions. It's also ChatGPT's opinions, some Google opinions. There are a lot of great neighborhoods in Charlotte, but we've just named 7 that are hot and that people should be looking at if you're thinking of coming to Charlotte. And number 1 is Ballantyne in South Charlotte. So here we are with number 1 on the list, and you can guess what it is. Like I said, Ballantyne. It's the crown jewel of South Charlotte. Over the past 2 decades, Ballantyne has evolved from really farmland into a thriving master plan community with everything you could possibly want. When I moved to Charlotte, I had heard about a plan that was being developed back in I think the 70s or 80s, something like that. And it was Ballantyne, and Ballantyne now looks very, very similar to that plan. The area schools are among the best in the cities. Ardrey High School and then the brand spanking new Ballantyne Ridge High School lead the way. Ballantyne Ridge looks like a mini college campus. Ballantyne is practically a city on its own, with a booming business district known as Ballantyne Reimagined, featuring Class A offices, retail, residential towers, and it even has its own amphitheater that has been kicked off about 2 summers ago, summer of 2024, and they bring in all sorts of big names, small names, hot musical up-and-comers, so it's a great place to go and hang out. Residents enjoy endless shopping and dining at Ballantyne Village, Stonecrest, the Blakeney Town Center, plus the soon-to-arrive Wegmans at Ballantyne near the Ballantyne Bowl. Golfers can hit the links at a number of golf clubs nearby, or you can enjoy spa and fine dining amenities at the adjacent Ballantyne Hotel. One of my favorite places to get some fine dining is OMB, Old Mecklenburg Brewery in the Bowl. That's their new southern location, and it's got, I think, 14 or 17,000 square feet, an outdoor sitting area, just an enjoyable place to go to enjoy a drink and a burger with some friends. Strategically, it's located near I-485, Johnston Road, which is 521, for easy commutes up into town or even into South Carolina if you're working down there. And it's really only about 20-25 minutes from Charlotte Douglas International Airport. And of course, most of these suburbs that I'm talking about and neighborhoods and areas are just three and a half hours away from the coast, two and a half hours away from the mountains. So you've got great opportunities to go in either direction, east or west. Now the area, Ballantyne area, is just a short drive from the Lynx light rail extension in Pineville, which is at the intersection of I-485 and South Boulevard. That offers a convenient route to uptown. And on your way uptown, you can stop at many of the little stops along the way for some eating, some shopping, some dining, just a great little ride up into town. So with medical centers like Atrium Health Ballantyne, Novant Health Waverly nearby, that's on the eastern side of the Ballantyne area, plus the nearby parks and trails, and a community that continues to evolve, Ballantyne is like the complete package: luxury, convenience, and a sense of place to be. All right, so there you have it. 7 areas, 7 neighborhoods, 7 suburbs that truly stand out in 2025. From the historic charm of a place like Matthews to the business buzz to a place like Ballantyne, there's something for every lifestyle here in the Queen City. Now I'm curious, which one of these would you pick? Or do you have a favorite neighborhood that I didn't mention? You know, maybe you're loyal to Dilworth, Noda, Plaza Midwood, something like that. Let me know in the comments down below. If you've heard about some neighborhoods that you want to hear more about on a video like this, put that in the comments and let me know as well. And remember, if you're planning to make a move to Charlotte, whether it's in 10 days, 10 weeks, or 10 months, you can set that up, or you can set up a Zoom call with me and talk all about that. We'll walk through your goals, your lifestyle, and your budget so you can make your decision to move to Charlotte with a lot of confidence. So those of you who I just mentioned there, that live in the places we left out, like Dilworth, Noda, Plaza Midwood, don't worry, hipsters are still doing fine up there, sipping craft lattes and local beers. We're hanging out at Camp North End, where I'm going to be in the next couple weekends. Great places around Charlotte that we didn't mention. These are just some of the top 7, like I said before, that are hot and that people asked about. So thanks for watching Living in Charlotte NC. I'm Dave DeSilva with Long Tab Realty, brokered by Keller Williams here in Ballantyne. I say here in Ballantyne because that's where I am today. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and tap the bell so you'll be the first person to get a video or to know that a video is coming up, and you won't miss anything about life in the Queen City. So we'll see you next time.